and welcome to the Sip and Stitch podcast. My name is Brittany and I'm coming to you from Houston, Texas. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. Glad you decided to come and check me out. And if you're a returning viewer, double welcome for coming back and seeing me, checking out, coming and spending time with me again. Again, there's so many podcasts out there these days, so I'm really excited that all of y'all choose to come back and continue to spend time with me. So much appreciated. Again, my name is Brittany. I'm on the internet in the usual places. My username on Instagram and on Ravelry is dflyb. And we have a group on Ravelry for Sip and Stitch podcast. And that's pretty much it. I was putting up show notes on a separate blog site, but I've just decided, in the interest of simplifying things, I'm going to just continue to post them in the Ravelry group and discontinue use of the blog for now. And then I just never tweet, so forget about Twitter. But Instagram and Ravelry is definitely the places to check me out. I'm very active on both. I've got quite a bit for y'all today because it's been a couple of weeks since I last podcasted. I had I usually podcast pretty much every 2 weeks, but I had a business trip that kind of threw that off, and then I intended to cast last Sunday when I got back, but if you can't hear it in my voice, I've been sick again. Yay. And that kind of put a damper on my schedule. It was actually really funny. The business trip I was on, it was all the sales force from my whole company all came together for the week. And this week, I think about 20% of us are out sick, so yay. But I'm feeling much better now, thank goodness. Anyway, so I do have quite a bit for y'all. I've got some works in progress. I have one finished object and quite a bit of acquisitions. I had a very exciting mail deliveries while I was gone, so I have a lot to show you on that route. Got some stuff to talk about with the knitting games. Quite a bit going on there. Some dyeing that I've been doing and just general chatter. So let's sit back, grab a cup of tea, and spend some time. First off, let's talk about works in progress. Now, if you've been watching my show for a while, I'm going to change things up a little bit this episode. Actually, I'm facing a different direction in case you can't tell, just because the lighting was a lot better this way. And you get a scene of my beautifully tiny and a little bit dirty kitchen. But yeah, I'm switching things up a little bit this episode, so let's just go with it. First off, let's talk about works in progress. I've got 3 to share with you. The first one is I've made quite a bit of progress on my featherweight cardigan. And I've been working on this kind of since October. I had actually frogged it and completely recast it on about a month ago. So what we've got now is about a month's worth of progress, and I'm certainly not monogamous on this. I've got a couple of different projects going on right now, but I do spend quite a bit of time on it. Anyway, this is what we got going on with the featherweight. I'll push you back a little bit. Hope you can see that. You can tell I've already got the sleeves divided off, and I'm about halfway through my back. Now I'm going to make this a little bit longer than what the pattern calls for. It has it ending at about waist. I want it to kind of cover my booty. So I'm going to be in this section for quite some time still. I put some good mileage onto this last night, but yeah, it's definitely a labor of love because it's all stockinette, the entire freaking thing. So it's, knit 1 row, flip, purl 1 row, flip, knit 1 row. And at this point, I think about 200 something stitches per row. So it's definitely a labor of love. I'm still on my first skein of yarn. I've got this much left of skein number 1. And then I've got, according to the pattern, I needed 3 total. So I've still got these left to go, which is kind of intimidating that I still have this much yarn to get through. But I have a feeling, just based on where I'm at, I think it's going to only be 1 more, and I may just end up with an extra ball. So we'll see. Funny thing is, I've been winding my little mini skeins into balls, and I don't know what it is about it. I love the process, and I love how they turn out. So I actually hand wound into hand wound balls both of these skeins of yarn the other day. I don't know what, I'm loving this. And these are so freaking dense. I was joking this could be a weapon. Sorry, tangent. And I am knitting these on size 4 needles, and I'm using Addy Turbos, which are my favorite needle, as Amber at Yarn Junkie puts them. These are my jam. So I pretty much exclusively am knitting everything with Addies these days. So that's where that's at, and it actually got moved to a new project bag than I had it in. This is this cute birdie, like little pigeon dovey things project bag, and it came from a viewer of the show and a very talented bag maker, Maureen from Simply More Crafts. She sent a bag for the giveaway for the knitting games, and she sent this one for me. Well, she sent two, and she's like, pick which one you want, and sent the other one as a prize. So thank you very much, Maureen. Very appreciated. Definitely check out her website. I'm going to feature her again in a little bit, so I'll flash her business card at that point. So that's works in progress number 1, my featherweight. And again, it's a labor of love. It's definitely taking me a long time, but I'm really excited for the finished project. So I just keep plugging at it. And it's, you know, the last day of March right now, and I live in Houston, so I probably won't be wearing this anytime soon. So I have some time to get through it. Next works in progress. I made a little bit of progress on my Across the Pond shawl by Mina Phillip, the knitting expat. I'm sure you're familiar with her. Oh, by the way, the featherweight I am knitting in, it's Pearl Soho's line weight, which is a light fingering, and the color is ice blue. So, yeah. Here's my Across the Pond shawl. Let me show you the right side. This is what we've got on that. I am through 10 repeats of the body, and I'm making the large version, so I've got 5 more repeats to go. Yeah, so got that going on. So 5 more repeats of the body, and then I've got the lace border to do. So I've not quite, maybe halfway on this, and I'm knitting these on, I think these are size, let me see. Yeah, these are size 5 bamboos, and these are the Knitter's Pride bamboos. So, not a huge fan of bamboo, in all honesty. Like, I mean, it's got its place, but I don't know. I kind of feel like my skill level has progressed beyond bamboo at this point in time. I need something a little bit slicker. That's why I like the Addi Turbos. So, yeah. But this is the needles I had for you when I wanted to cast this on. And in case you haven't, I'm sure you've seen this because a lot of podcasters knit this when it first came out. A lot of podcasters did the test knit, actually. But it's got this really cool, like, picked up stitch pattern to it. And I'm enjoying this quite a bit. It's going to be a bit of a heavier shawl when I'm finished because it's pretty dense. It's pretty dense fabric that's knitting up. But again, I'm really enjoying the shawl, and I'm looking forward to having it finished though. I am knitting the main body in its Wool and Vine Yarns Halo Alpaca, and the color is Myth. Not pretty. And this is a really nice, soft, pretty yarn. And I think I heard her say, she's had this base out of stock for a long time, and I think I heard her say on our last episode that it was back. So I would highly suggest loading up on some of this from Wool and Vine. And then whenever I get to the lace, it's going to be in this color, which this is Haiku from, what the heck is that company called? Oh, it's in here. From Anzula Fibers. The base is Haiku, and the colorway is what? Seaside. So that's just this nice, pretty, like, gray color that I think will complement the Myth really well. So again, working on that. And that is in a project bag that I actually made. One of my, like, very first bags I made. It's got this pretty arrows and flowers or whatever. So that's that. And then my next, I debated on including this as a works in progress or, oh, we'll put the pattern back in there. I debated on putting this next one as a work in progress or a finished object, just because I don't know how, because it's going to be a work in progress forever. And that's my sock yarn blanket. So today I'm putting it in works in progress. Next episode it'll probably be in finished objects. But I put a lot of love into my sock yarn blanket the last couple of days, mostly because, like, with this head cold, all I really wanted to do was knit something super, super simple. So I got a lot into it. Last time I showed y'all this, I had just 6 square strip. And now I did, what was that, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. So all that you're seeing right now is the minis from my the mini skein swap that I did through the Spicy Homemaker group. It was her Bohemia Fibers mini skein swap, so that's all that I've got in here now. So I've got, I think I still have 2 more, if I remember correctly, left of that. And then I've got a ton of other minis now to put in, so we're doing that, and that's exciting. The pattern that I am working with on my sock yarn blanket, Kimper at Junk Yarn had published one quite a bit ago, and it's just a basic mitered square sock yarn blanket pattern. I use 5 gram minis. Sorry, Polly's doing something that's kind of distracting me. I use 5 gram minis, and I usually have quite a bit left over because those are pretty small squares. Again, this is going to take forever, but that's where we're at on that. And that it's currently living in another bag that I made. I've been having fun making bags lately, can you tell? Yeah. So that's it for works in progress. I did have a finished object, but it's already gone to live on in its new home. I finished my man socks. My very first pair of, I'm trying not to make things fall over. I have a very small workspace here. The very first pair of socks that I ever made, boy size, and they were to fit a size 12 foot. OMG. Miles and miles of freaking stockinette, like forever. Yeah, so I finished those while I was on this business trip. I took them as my plain knitting. So they got washed and blocked and given to their new owner on Monday. So they're very much enjoyed, and it was a surprise for that person. So they were very much like, oh my gosh, that's so neat. And I knit those with Malabrigo sock, which is one of my favorite, like my go-tos. So that's that. And sorry, my camera was flashing. The last couple of episodes I've been having issues with my memory card, so that's probably going to happen again today. So if I cut off and splice together, it'll all get fixed in editing. Anyway, so I did these man socks. They took me a grand total of like 3 weeks, I think, and I was knitting on them pretty semi-monogamously. Pretty semi-monogamously, that sounds funny, right? And they just took forever because, I mean, they're a size 12. So, yeah, those are gone. That was my one finished object. I wish I'd taken a picture of them before they left, but they didn't, so that's where we are now. So yeah, that's it for like the knitting stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to acquisitions because I have a boatload for you. I'm trying to think of a good term. Boatload of acquisitions. I had put out a call for if anybody wanted to swap with me. I'm sorry, I'm kind of moving stuff around so I don't make a mess. There we go. I had put out a call for if anybody wanted to swap with me a couple of episodes ago, and I got a lot of really great responses. So I did end up swapping individually with 3 different people, and those all came while I was gone. And then I also had, I had done my Valentine's podcaster swap, so that finally came because we had some shipping issues. And then I had ordered some stuff. It was like I came back from my trip and I had a ton of packages, and it was super exciting. Like, if y'all follow me on Instagram, I like bombarded my Instagram feed with pictures. It was great. It was such a happy, like, it was a long, stressful week on my trip, and then it was just so exciting to come home to that. So greatly appreciate everybody that swapped with me. Yeah, just a second, I'm gonna take a sip. Diet Coke. It's pretty much what I'm always drinking. So let's do, I don't even know where to start. There's so many. Okay, first I'm going to show you an actual purchase. Now, I had bought Gabby from Once Upon a Corgi, the Once Upon a Corgi podcast. She also sews project bags and hand dyes yarn. And she had featured this bag on her show a while back, and I about died. I was like, I have to have that. And it came in a kit. So I also got some Corgi yarn. But first, let me show you the coolest bag ever. She calls it Garden Party. And you can see it's like all pretty and flowery, and then you got these Neo skeletons. It's got a big old nice thick handle, zipper. It's fully lined with this really pretty fabric inside. It's got the fabric inside's like birds and stuff. And then has a little zipper pull progress keeper. It's a little tea kettle. Super cute. I about squealed when I got this bag. And it's big. and nice and lined and structured, but not like overly lined. So I'm really, really super excited with this. So as part of the kit, you also got a skein of yarn, and this is in her gilded, it's called Gilded Teacup, and it's on her ginger base. This is really, really pretty blue. I've been squishing it so much, so it's kind of unskeined a little bit. This is really pretty tonal blue. Love it. And because it's on her ginger base, it's got some stellina in it, which I am a sucker for. So it's super, super smooshy. Love it. Very good job, Gabby. I'm so excited with this. And she sent me a couple of minis of some of her other colorways and another thing, and another sock that she had done as well. So these are going to go in my blanket. If you haven't ever checked out Gabby's yarn, definitely do it. Her Etsy is Upon a Corgi. She's got some really, really cute stuff. Okay, this is one of hers. It's Lally Brooch. I'm probably saying that completely wrong. This is pretty greens. This one is another one of hers. It's Goodnight Moon. That's fun. Got all kinds of fun colors in that. And then this one is Witching Hour. Oh, love this. And then she also sent a skein, a little mini. She said it's a mystery, but it was her first sock. That's cute. So thank you, Gabby, for including that in my package. I super appreciate it. I'm super excited about that bag. My friend was over when I got it, and he was like, oh, I like that bag. Like, your bags are that you make are pretty, but that one's cool. So, yay. Next, I'll go ahead and go through. This was, I had done the Valentine's podcaster swap that I'm sure you've seen tons of people doing. Alright, there was a splice there. Sorry. Switch cards. I'm hoping this issue might go away. Anyway, I had participated in the Valentine's Day podcaster swap that Melissa from the Spicy Homemaker podcast had organized amongst podcasters. And I'm sure you've seen quite a few unveilings of what they got as people received them. Me and my swap partner had a bit of a shipping issue, so she got hers quite a while back, but mine came in over while I was gone, so that to show you. I swapped with Vero from the Along the Lanes podcast, and in case you've never checked her out, she is awesome, and she has really great stuff. I just saw it, I think yesterday, she uploaded all of her stuff from the Edinburgh Yarn Fest that she just went to, and I am planning on watching that tonight. So she does a lot of really cool extra stuff that you don't see in a lot of podcasts, so definitely check out Vero. Again, it's Along the Lanes. She sent me a couple of really cool things. First thing, she made me this little headband that she actually made out of her own hand spun. How cute is this? And I just feel so excited to get, this is just, I mean, beyond words, because not only did she knit something for me, which is just so cool, getting gifts from other knitters is just awesome like that, but she also spun the yarn, so that was really, really awesome. So thank you very much, Vero. That was so cool. And it's also some of my favorite colors, so extra special awesome. And then she sent me a couple of minis. This one is Colinette Jitterbug. It's 100% merino, and she says it's one of her favorite colors, which is funny because it's one of mine too. This is like a huge, this isn't even a mini, this is like a monkey, so it doesn't even make any sense. This is a big mini. This gotta be like 20 grams. And then this one is Queen Opulence, 100% cashmere. Oh, Skein Queen is the dyer, and it's Opulent is the colorway. And oh my gosh, this is awesome, and it's so, so soft. I don't know. This may not go in my mini blanket. This may be something else. We'll have to see. She also sent me the requisite, and I'm going to go ahead and put a blanket, sorry for the crinkling, over the next 10 minutes, because there's going to be so much crinkling, and sorry. Sorry, not sorry, because it's really cool. She sent me some Hookah 3 Cinnamon Tea, as well as some really cool just chocolates. Cadbury, dark chocolates, Milky Bar, and Dip Dab. I wonder what this is. Sherbet dip with a tasty strawberry flavor lolly. So, thank you very much, Vero. And, oh, she had also, look at this envelope, isn't that cute with eyes? It looks like she handmade this card. And I'm not gonna show you the inside of it because, you know, it's personal, but isn't that pretty? So thank you very much, Vero. This was really awesome. Awesome, awesome. And I was like, oh, I actually had to ship it to my parents' house because stuff sometimes gets lost at my apartments, or they don't tell me that I have a package for like ever. So I had to ship it to my parents, and my mom called me and she was like, you have something here from England. She thought that was unusual. But if she saw my mailbox lately, she wouldn't think that's unusual. So that's number 1. Put that back in here. And then, that's number 1 of swaps. Next swap was, yeah. This was from Sally, who is Yarn Friendly too, on Ravelry. She and I did a swap. She made me this cute little coffee cozy. I love the presentation on this. Like, where did you get these things? They're awesome. And it is in my favorite color. That's awesome. I don't know if she knew that, but it's my favorite color. She sent me some stitch markers. Pretty. Okay, she must have known this was my favorite color. I wonder if I have it listed somewhere, or if I said it on an episode, because like everything's in this color, so that can't be a coincidence. She said this is her favorite chocolate, and she hopes I like mint, so some sort of mint chocolate, Nestle. And David's tea. I'm super excited about this. Like, everybody's been talking about David's tea. And this one, which is Santa's Secret. So that's exciting. And it's loose leaf tea, and I don't have an infuser, so I'm gonna get one, like, this weekend. So, very excited about that. Thank you, Sally. And she also sent me a whole bunch of minis. That's what I say, like, I have a ton of minis now to put in my blanket, so I'm so excited. Like, she's got, what, 1, 2, 3, 7 in here. Wow, Sally, that was super generous. Thank you so much. And I'm not gonna go through each and every one. Just know, there's lots of minis. Thank you very much, Sally. And then, alright, I'm trying to pick up as I go because I have a very small table that I'm sitting at. Next, from Marsha. It was Marsha TF on Ravelry. She sent me all kinds of good stuff too. Oh my goodness. Got some stitch markers. Oh, the bag's kind of blowing them out, but they're pretty. Okay, I must have it somewhere, or have said it somehow, that my favorite color is seafoam green or teal, because these are all that color. But look, one's a dragonfly. How awesome is that? And this tree and a butterfly. Thank you, Marsha. That feels very tailored for me because I'm all into the dragonflies, in case you're new and did not know that. Would not be Easter without some Easter candy. And I love me some chocolate, some cute washi tape, all kinds of teas. I don't want to undo the pretty wrapping, but she's got some good stuff in here. Minis, mini minis! Yay! This adorable little clipboard with a notepad on it. That's super cute. A notepad. And she made this little bird of happiness, which is so adorable. And she sent me a card, which is this cute little notebook paper, but also a picture of the courthouse in the town in Alabama where she is from. And I just think this is the cutest courthouse. Like, that is just like, I don't know. I mean, I live in the South, so, you know, I'm used to Southern things, and, you know, I've got family like Mississippi, Louisiana, everything like that, so I'm definitely like used to the area. But it's just so, like, I don't know, it's just cute. Like, when you think about like old school, like, America, and not like the big steel buildings that are everywhere. I mean, I live in Houston, so steel buildings everywhere. It's really cool to see like the cute stuff like that. So thank you very much, Marsha. That was awesome. Excuse me while I reach like all the way across my table. And then I got all the way from Norway, from Mona, the coolest. Oh, I mean, this box blew me away, seriously. Sent me a little card. This little chickadee. That's cute. I don't even know where to start on this one, seriously. Like, she sent me so much. But a whole bunch of minis. a ton. And look at these cute little tags that she put out. These little butterflies and stuff. They're super cute. We have a ton more minis. I mean, my soccer blanket, I swear, is going to be insane by the time this is all over. She sent me some yarn. It's Filcolana Arwetta Classic. I'm totally butchering that, but it's merino and nylon in my favorite colors. Seriously. And super nice and cute. It's 250 grand skeins, and like this is gonna be a fingering, so you could definitely make some fun stuff with this. And all kinds of goodies here, some tea and Norwegian chocolates. And this, I squealed, literally squealed. And if you have been participating in the knitting games and you look at the finished object thread, it's Mona In. It's the one who I did the swap with, this person. And she knits socks like no other. Like Mina. Like she knits them super fast. Like she's submitted so many vanilla socks already to the finished objects. I mean, it blows me away. Like how much. And I got some. I about died. So, oh my gosh. Like, I mean, I make socks all the time, but I've never had anybody make me socks. So this was so exciting. Thank you so much, Mona. Like, I was blown away when I opened this up. It was so cool. So thank you. And then she sent Holly some treats. They are schmackos from Pedigree. Like, she doesn't know she got these yet. Now that I've shown them to y'all, I can give them to her. Oh. And then, last but not least, she sent me some stitch markers, which she put in this cute little sock. And I posted on Instagram, I was like, you know I'm going to try and put that sock on Holly. And she goes, I didn't even think about it, but yes, it'll probably fit her. So, in this cute little sock. And there's some stitch markers and some buttons. All kinds of cuteness. Seriously, I died. So, thank you very much, Mona. I mean, you guys, you have no... Like, I went to my apartment office to pick up my mail the day after I got back, I think. Yeah, and, like, I was tired. I've been in Vegas all week, which, I mean, I know it sounds fun and exciting and everything, but, like, I go to Vegas a lot for work. So I don't do the whole Vegas thing anymore. Like, whatever. But Vegas really, really jacks with my allergies bad. So I didn't feel good already, and then it turned out it was a head cold. I was tired. I was just worn out, stressed out, and Holly, get out from under there. She's being mischievous. So when I went to go get these boxes, it was crazy. Like, it was the perfect timing. So, wow. And the last thing I have to show y'all came actually right before I left. But this is from Tammy, who is Girls So Sheepy on Ravelry. She sent, she had reached out. Didn't she reach out? Or we connected after we announced the knitting games and everything. And she decided she wanted to donate a project bag, because she just recently started making project bags and selling them on Etsy. And she wanted to donate a project bag for the knitting games. So she sent one. Now this is about to get in the mail today, or tomorrow morning, to another podcaster, because this is going to be part of the prize pack for our next Podcasters Challenge. So thank you very much, Tammy, for that. And then she also sent me one. And I've been waiting to get to take this out of the bag until I put it on the podcast. So yeah, I get to take it out now. The other one that is going to be part of the podcast has it's like a little tea party kind of sketch to it. And it's super cute. And she was like, pick which one you like and pass on the other. Again, blanket, sorry for the crinkling. And this one has like cute little bunny girls, which was so me. So I'm keeping this one. And this is, again, it's Girls So Sheepy. Here is her business card, and I'm also I'll link all of her information in the show notes. So definitely check her out. She has really, really, really cute bags and fun fabrics. And She is in Australia, so there's a little bit of a shipping charge associated, but her prices are super reasonable, so definitely check her out. Like, I would highly recommend it. She's got some really cute stuff, and I've been following it on Instagram, and she's selling out pretty quick, so she's going to be the next in-demand bag maker, guys. Check her out. So yeah, so she sent me that, and then she loaded me down with other goodies. Like, I wanted to cry. It was so awesome. I had mentioned a couple of times that I wanted to get into cross stitching, so I guess she was listening because she sent me some embroidery thread and an embroidery hoop, and made me a little bluebird, or bluebird of happiness. Those are so fun. So I think this is embroidery floss. I'm not positive what this is, so maybe somebody or Tammy, you can enlighten me and let me know what this is. It's all these cool metallics. I'm not quite sure. I think it might be embroidery floss. I'm not positive. And some lace. Okay, gotta get all that stuff out. And these cute little birdies. And a little notepad and stitch marker. And some fabric scraps because I have been talking about I've been getting into sewing again, so. So, this was awesome. Thank you so much, Tammy. So much appreciated. I feel so freaking just loved right now. I mean, granted, like, I had arranged quite a few of these swaps, but then other stuff that's just been coming in. I mean, it's just incredible, and you know, it's been a really rough last couple of weeks, just with work and a lot of other stresses, and this was awesome. I feel my heart is full. You know, people always talk about the knitting community being so generous, and I am definitely feeling that this week. So, heartfelt thank you to everybody. I wanted to go back to Maureen from Simply More Crafts. I just realized that I mailed her business card with the other bag that went out as a prize already, so I don't have it to show you, but hopefully I will remember to insert a picture here because I actually did take a picture of the bag before it left. It's again Maureen from Simply More Crafts, and I'm totally blanking on what your Ravelry name is, but I'll put it in the show notes. She makes lots of bags. She's an awesome bag maker, all kinds of different varieties. She's got these really cool Hogwarts ones right now that she's actually doing. They sold out really quick, so the rest of them she's going to do as pre-orders. So definitely check out her, and again, I will link everything into the show notes. The bag that we sent was part of the prize pack for the first Podcasters Challenges, the knitting games, which was the Swants Challenge. So I mailed it, I think I mailed it Monday to Gabby, who won that, so it's already out the door on its way. So, and the Tammy's is going to be leaving here probably tomorrow morning, so lots and lots of mail run. I'm getting very familiar with my post office here lately. Oh, I'm going to pause real quick because I just remembered one acquisition that I haven't shared with y'all because it came like the day that I recorded last time, so pause. Alright, sorry about that. Last acquisition. I had talked about last episode that I was really going after my featherweight because I found another sweater pattern I wanted to do, and I actually decided to buy the yarn for it already. So it came like the day I recorded last time, so I haven't shown it yet. But I got 4 skeins of this. Okay, good. It's done. And it's from Madeline Tosh. And this is in their feather base, which I've never heard of before. So it must be something new or just online. I don't know. I've never seen it in the stores before, and I've never heard anybody talk about it. It's a lot like Tosh Merino Light. It's a light fingering single. Pretty. And the colorway is Stormborn. So it's got these pretty like whites with, obviously white, with like all kinds of different blues and blacks as speckles. So got 4 skeins, a sweater's quantity of that. Which, that hurt my pocketbook, but oh well. Now, let's talk about Madeline Tosh. A couple of episodes ago, I was talking about dyers and stuff, and about, you know, what y'all saw that, or what I asked the question, what do you wish more independent dyers would do that they're not already doing? And there was a little bit of discussion on the episode thread. Excuse me. about color bleeding, and that a lot of times independent dyers aren't so great at setting their colors, so they bleed. And they brought up that Madelinetosh is kind of infamous for that. And I've knit with Madelinetosh quite a bit. I'm a really big fan of Tosh DK, so I use that a lot. So I hadn't really thought about it, but I did some research and I started reading it on like the Ravelry reviews and stuff of their different bases, and it seems to be a pretty consistent problem. So I do have some serious concerns about using this for that. They talk about like setting it and doing like a vinegar bath with the yarn. I have a little bit of a problem with that. I feel like if I'm spending money on a premium yarn, I shouldn't have to do the extra work that the dyer already should have done in order to make sure that my color's set. And you know, I thought back to like previous Madelinetoshes that I've worked with, and I remember this one particular hat I made when I blocked it, when I set it to block, like it bled quite a bit in the sink as I was washing it, but nothing too terrible. And I feel like because my whole sweater is gonna be made out of the one colorway, I'm not really so worried about the colors bleeding into each other. But yeah, I'm a little put off by the whole vinegar bath thing. I really feel like, especially since I've been doing my own at-home dyeing here lately, and I take the extra step to prep my yarn with a citric acid bath. I put citric acid in the dye pot and I rinse the heck out of it after I've taken it out. I'm not really having any bleeding issues with what I've been dyeing, and I feel like the dyers, especially when you're charging a premium for yarn, you should be taking that into account. So yeah, I mean, I hate to go on a little bit high horse there, so I am a little bit concerned. I'd already bought that yarn, so I'm still gonna knit it with it, but I'm gonna keep that in mind in the future when it comes to Madelinetosh purchases, just because it does seem to be a pretty consistent problem. Again, don't want to be on my high horse, and I'm certainly not knocking the brand because I do love Madelinetosh. I love the yarns, beautiful colorways, and I'll continue to knit with them. But I definitely will take into account when I'm knitting with them that there might be some color bleeding, and take that into account when I'm matching like maybe a real rich, vibrant like red with a lighter color, and not put them together because I don't want them to bleed into each other and ruin all my work. So yeah, there's my little high horse there. Yeah, so on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the knitting games and talk about where we're at on that. Cue fun music. First off, I want to thank, her name is, and I had to write it down so I did not forget, it's Maureen at the Victorian Studio podcast. She did that fun little graphic that y'all just saw. We've been using the Hunger Games logo, the little walking J symbol. Melissa and I both have when we talk about the knitting games, and Maureen fixed it for us. In case you didn't notice, the Mockingjay is now holding knitting needles. Awesome! So thank you, Maureen, for doing that. Totally just off the cuff and being an awesome person, so thank you. Just a status update, we are well over 100 finished object submissions to date, and I think I'm only behind by like 10 on grading them, or assigning points, so wow. It's been awesome. There's pretty consistently about the same like 10, 12 people posting FOs, so if you have not submitted anything, do it. I know there's a ton of different knit-alongs going on right now, so you've got to be participating in those, and you can double dip. So like if you're making socks for Kristen's Box of Socks Cal, put the socks in ours too, and their account for knitting games points. Anything you're doing. Everybody's doing something for Harry Potter along inside number 23. Put it in ours. Double dipping is totally 100% okay. And you don't have to think, oh, I don't know how many points this is. I'm going to tell you how many points it is. So, super simple. Just upload, use the little form I've got at the top that tells me the pattern, how many yards you used, any extra techniques you used, and then a picture of your finished object. Put it in our FO thread, and you'll get points assigned. Like, it's the simplest knit-along you've ever done. So, please, everybody submit. But again, we're already over 100, so, and there's still 2 whole months left of this, so get your submissions in. Powerball, we did have a winner after last episode, which I titled the last episode, You Want to Watch This Now. A lot of people watched it then, so we got the answer to the Powerball came within like 20 minutes of me posting. So, first Powerball's done. We do have another one starting in April. So stay tuned to both me and Melissa's podcast before we talk about the very first Powerball question. I don't know if it's going to be me. I don't know if it's going to be her. Who knows? The first Podcasters Challenge is already finished. We made swants. Melissa and I both did. Mine were hideous. I'm going to insert a picture of mine here. Ugly. These things are not easy. I'm just going to leave it at that. It was myself and Melissa, and I'm just going to keep calling her Melissa. Y'all know her. She's Mrs. Spicy, as the Naughty Knitwit. Spice Girl is what Michelle from Naughty Knitwits calls her. Spicy Homemaker. Melissa and I both made them. Gabby from Once Upon a Corgi, and Abby and Allie from Get Lit and Knit. It was pretty much a runaway decision. Gabby from Once Upon a Corgi won, and hers looked almost professional. It was insane. If you haven't checked them out yet, pop over to both Upon a Corgi thread, or Upon a Corgi podcast group, and the Get Lit and Knit podcast group. They've got pictures of all of ours there. You're going to be able to tell which ones are Gabby's. They're ridiculous. So she won, and she got a prize pack that includes the bag from Maureen of Simply More Crafts, and some stitch markers. She had donated a skein of yarn, of her hand-dyed yarn, and Abby and Allie did some journaling, some knitter journals that they handmade. So that is in the prize pack, and Gabby got that to give away to her winners as she deemed fit. All of us that participated also have a small prize to give out to ours. So I'm going to open a thread. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I am going to randomly pick right now on camera from the Knitting Games chatter thread that's in my group, and whoever wins gets, it's on its way. I don't have it yet. Melissa mailed it to me the other day. It is a Notions pouch and DPN cozy. So, randomly, right now, you're witnessing it. Not live because this is going to be recorded, but hey, there we go. We got a random.org. That is everybody's favorite random number generator. Pull up the thread real quick. I just decided to do this on the cuff, so sorry, I'm not super ready to go. Alright, Knitting Games chatter thread. We've been telling y'all to post in the chatter threads. Here you go, this is why. Let's see, how many talks do we have in this? We have, and I've been chatting a little bit, so I may have to redraw. Okay, we've got 98 entries so far. So 1 through random number. We'll do 2 through 98 because I believe I was the first post. Well, let me double check so I don't, excuse me, unfairly eliminate somebody. Oh, yeah, 2 through 98. Random number generated was number 84. So, post number 84. Oh, it is DG White. And that is Denise. So Denise, DG White, send me a Rav message with your address, and I will send you your prize whenever Melissa gets it to me. And I want to give a special extra shout out actually to Denise, because she has been super active in the knitting games. Like, she does a ton of charity knitting, so that she's getting extra points for, like, she gets points just for her object, and then an extra point for because it's for charity. So super extra shout out to Denise, because not only is she really active in the knitting games, but she is using it for a good cause. So yay, Denise. And definitely send me a Rav message so I can get your Notions pouch and DPN cozy out to you. So that's that. So that was the first Podcasters Challenge. Now we have another Podcasters Challenge that is active right now. And this one is even bigger. Myself, Melissa, and I'm going to read off the names over here. Deanna from Skeins and School. Vicky from Sweet Leaps. Maureen from Victorian Studio. Carolyn from Penguin Coffee Clatch. Lisa from Pretend It's a Plan. Tanya from Knit Intentions? I'm totally butchering that, I'm sorry. And myself and Melissa are each dyeing yarn. We're each dyeing 4 mini skeins, and the task was that we had to pick 2 characters from the Hunger Games and dye 2 skeins for each character, like inspired by that character. I dyed mine on Saturday. I really, really wish I could show them to you because I'm really excited with how they turned out. So, yeah. We're all sending them to Deanna. She's going to take pictures, and her and Vicky from Sweet Leaps are going to post the pictures of the minis in their groups, and there's going to be voting, and whoever wins, there's going to be 2 grand prizes. And whoever wins gets the grand prize, again, to give out to their viewers. So, my portion of the prizes is I'm donating, well, I'm not donating, Tammy is donating this bag. Tammy from Girl So Sheepy is sending this bag. So that's going to be part of the prize packs. So there's going to be, each prize pack has a bag, some stitch markers, and half of the minis. So awesome, awesome prize. So yeah, keep an eye out for that one. I really wish I could show them to you. Once the voting thread is finished, because I accidentally made my minis humongous, so I am going to have some extras that I'm not sending out. So I will share those with you once the voting threads have closed, because we're trying to keep this as anonymous as possible, and I don't want to influence the voting, even though my minis are gorgeous and you're going to want to vote for them anyway. But anyway, that podcaster challenge is going on right now. I am super behind and was supposed to mail those out Monday, but this has had me just useless. So those are getting mailed tomorrow overnight to Deanna. So Deanna, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry that they're running late, but I'm overnighting them to you, so you should be able to take care of it like this weekend. Sorry. Yeah, so that's it for that podcaster challenge. So keep an eye on that. We have another huge one coming up in May that I'm super excited about. And I am trying to come up with an idea for my next viewers challenge, which I will probably launch on the next episode. So stay tuned. And that is where we're at for the knitting games right now. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. I'm going to talk about some dyeing that I've been doing. So I broke out all my dyeing supplies on Saturday. I had really had been wanting to dye for a while, but I injured my shoulder at roller derby practice and couldn't lift my dye pot. It's actually still not at its best, but I'm toughing through it because that's the kind of gal I am, and I signed up to play a full contact sport, so I have to deal with the injuries. Anyway, so Saturday it was starting to feel kind of normal. Not by the end of Saturday, but anyway, so I've been wanting to dye for a while. So once I got my minis done for the podcaster challenge, I kept going. So I've got lots to show y'all in the ways of dyeing. And I've just been having so much freaking fun dyeing. Like, this is fun. Awesome fun. Yeah, so I thought it would be kind of fun to make colors inspired by cocktails, because y'all are watching the Sip and Stitch podcast, so I like me some cocktails, if you can't tell by the name of my podcast. So I made a couple, and they're really corny, but I like them. This one is Blue Hawaiian. If you've never had Blue Hawaiian, those are amazing. They are trouble, don't drink more than one, but they're fun. So it's like electric blue, some yellow, because there's that lemon garnish. I tried to make this mojito, but I needed more. It should have had more white than the greens, but oh well. That's pretty. And I actually did some speckling in there, which has been fun. This was going to be Bloody Mary, which is hands down my favorite drink, but I should have left some Bear to do the olive. But anyway, I should have hand painted instead of immersion dyed this one, actually. And then I just decided to be pretty. And these made these pretty little purples. I'm going to have to make something out of this color, because I just really like the way this colorway turned out. And then my mom wants me to make, well, she doesn't want me to make, sort of. Okay, so I owe my mom a knitted object still from Christmas. And I have been looking at that 3-color cashmere cowl that everybody's making, and decided I wanted to make that for my mom. And I ran the pattern past her, and she was like, yeah, I like that. So I decided I want to take it one step further and actually dyed the yarn for her. So before I dyed 3 whole skeins of yarn, I made some minis first and played with those to make sure that, like, I got it right. So this is the color combo that I came up with for my mom, because she loves pink, but then I wanted to downgrade it a little bit. So these are for, like, the stripey stuff, and this is for that big old block of stockinette. So I like the way those turned out good, so I went ahead and dyed 3 full skeins. Again, this is for the stripy part, and this is for that big old chunk of stockinette. Now, you might notice this mini looks a little bit different than the biggie. And by the way, I did all of these on a stellina base because I love stellina and I like sparkly stuff. I had a little bit of an accident in the dye pot with this, but I love how it turned out, so we're gonna go with it. It was supposed to be a little bit more hot pink than what it turned out with, but so I thought I was throwing on some gray to speckle, and I may have, but somehow I got some purples in there that I did not intend on, but I still really like it, so this is still gonna rock. Yarn beard. Yeah, so that's my dyeing. Very excited with it. Dyeing is so much fun. If you've never done it before, give it a shot. It's really fun, and you get to make lots of big messes and like dye your carpet. Like, I've got 2 blue splotches behind me, which my landlord's not gonna be so happy about when I move out. And I've got some spots on my cabinets. I really need to do better about like protecting stuff. But anyway, dyeing's fun. Try it if you haven't ever before. Totally, you should be inspired. It's fun. Yep, that's all I got for dyeing. So let's move on to just like general chatteriness. If you don't care about what's going on in my life, then feel free to tune out, but talk about that. Again, I was on a little bit of a hiatus because I had some work travel and I've just been sick and I'm a busy girl. It's very rare that I have like 2 nights in a row to just not do anything. So yeah, it's been kind of busy lately. I made a very difficult decision. Well, mine was made up about 2 weeks ago, but it actually happened this week to switch roller derby leagues. I had been practicing with one league that was on a bank track since September, and that's who I started out a boot camp with, and I've made some really great friends down there. Everything, you know, it was cool, but it was an hour-and-a-half commute to practice, and I drive a lease. My car's a lease, so that was gonna suck when it came time to turn in my lease, and it wasn't working out. I mean, there's a lot of other reasons that I won't really go into, but it just really wasn't working out for me anymore. So I found another league that's a lot closer to where I live. I mean, again, I used to drive an hour-and-a-half to practice. Tuesday I went to this league for the first time, and it was 38 minutes. Oh. And they are also a flat track league. I got the opportunity to get on my team's bank track a couple weeks ago, and that was some of the scariest crap that I've ever done in my life. That was scary. I could not stand standing, and I am good on my skates, and I was falling all over the place. It was nuts. It was really for the very first time that I ever thought, I don't know if I can do this. And so I won't call it the chicken way out, because flat track is definitely a very, very, very athletic still form of derby. I mean, there's a lot of skill to it. There's a lot of strategy that I'm really excited about. It's kind of the way my brain thinks a little bit more. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with my decision, but it was a really hard decision to make because, I mean, it's like any kind of team sport. You get loyal to your league. You've got friends over there. Yeah, so I made that decision, and I started with my new league on Tuesday, and I'm, again, very happy with the decision I made, but it was a hard one. So, other big thing is this weekend is the DFW Fiber Fest in Dallas, and I'm going, and I'm so pumped. Sorry, Holly was just doing something really funny with my feet. I am so excited. I went to a fiber festival forever ago when I was like just starting out in knitting, and I was totally overwhelmed. Like, I did not know what to do. So I'm going into this one, and that was a tiny fiber fest. This one's huge. So I'm going into this one with a little bit of a game plan. I had some definite vendors that I want to go visit. Unfortunately, I just saw right before I sat down to record that one of the vendors that was on my must list is not going to be there because of personal health reasons. So I am so sad Laura from Jinx Yarn's not going to be there. I was really, really excited because I ordered a lot of her yarns and I really wanted to meet her in person. But she's dealing with the same crap I am, and unfortunately hers is a lot worse. So she is making the smart move and is going to stay home for the weekend and not be there. So she will definitely be missed, but I'm sure that I will continue to shop from her online. But anyway, got some definite vendors I want to go check out. I get to finally see Mustache Yarns in person. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. That's exciting. I have a shopping list of things that I want to buy. I want to make the yoga wrap. Leslie on the Naughty Knitwits was talking about it last episode, and I was like, that's just so pretty. I commented on something on Instagram. I was like, what was the name of that wrap again? And she'd let me know, and so I'm gonna buy the yarn to make that. And I also want to make the Because I Love You wrap by Amy Meeks. So I'm gonna buy yarn to make that. I want a sock ruler. So I need a sock ruler and blocking wires. And I don't know if those are gonna be there, but I'm gonna look. So that's on my shopping list. And then just miscellaneous stuff. I am a sucker for sock yarn, so I will probably buy lots. And I've been saving up for this for a while, so I'm gonna go ape crazy. It's gonna be nuts. But yeah, so DFW Fiber Fest, if you're going, let me know. Like, send me a message on Ravelry. Tell me you're gonna be there. I'm already planning on meeting up with Maureen from Simply More Crafts and Amber from Yarn Junkie. So super excited about that. But if you're gonna be there, let me know and let's meet up. I would love to meet any viewers of the podcast in person. That would be awesome. I'm gonna be there Saturday. I'm making a day trip from Houston. So yeah, I'm kind of nuts. I'm planning on driving 6 hours on Saturday. So I'm planning on leaving Houston around like 7 a.m. And so that'll put me in Dallas around like 10 because I'm gonna leave from the north side of Houston. And then I'm just gonna be at the marketplace. I'm not doing any classes or anything like that. So I'll be out shopping and I'll probably take off around like 4 or so. So in that 6 hour window, while I am committing some serious commerce against the yarn people, if you see me, say hi. I am not doing the stitch marker swap because I just heard about it yesterday, that it was a real thing. I thought it was a myth, and I'm just not prepared, so that won't be happening. But if you see me, say hi. I would love to meet anybody there. With that, my camera is blinking like crazy, so that means it's about to cut me off again. So I'm just gonna go ahead and really quick say goodbye, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Don't forget about the knitting games. Play. Bye.